Hi guys, it's Tim from the iPhone Repairman. I just decided what we're going to do is we're going to start putting our videos back out again. We haven't started this little series yet, but what we'll do is I'll just start repairing some of my phones while I'm doing it and have a bit of a chat to you guys. If you just like those videos, then let us continue them. Okay, so today what we're doing here is actually we've got an old iPhone 8. It's all smashed up back here, but the customer that we've got here at the moment doesn't really want the back glass fixed. So what we're actually doing is repairing the front glass. We've got this one here, which is it's got a tempered glass on there at the moment, but it's all cracked and all the screen underneath it was all damaged. Just been halfway through doing it, but I'm just letting you guys just jump in and have a look at what we're doing. So we're just using this little TriStar bit here, and we're just unscrewing these little screws down the bottom to get this plate off from this home button. And there you go, we just flip that off of there. Yeah, we haven't thought about this channel very often, but we're just coming up with this idea that we want to start opening up the channel and letting you guys know what we're doing here in-house while we're fixing these phones. So there's the little home button, that's how I removed that one. And this whole screen here is destroyed now, so we throw that in the bin. So now we just need to chuck that home button onto the new screen. And I just peel that little bit of tape film back there and just shove that in through there. And so these little clips just clip on into there like that. We grab this plate and put it back on. It's nice and easy. Using that TriStar again. Magnetism isn't real good on this one. So what we can do with this magnetism is I'll show you a little trick that I can do. When your bits don't have enough magnet on the end of it, I actually chuck, got a small little magnet here. One of these ones come out of an iPad. You just chuck that on the side of your bit like that. It doesn't really affect it, but you should be able to just pick it up there now, and it just picks up the bit and you can just put it straight in, and that will slip to the side, but align it, you can just screw that one in. So now you can pick up that one. It's upside down, so it's not going to go the right way. Put it on that one and we're all good, you see? Now all this here is all back together. I've already put the other pieces on there. So it's not really meant to be a tutorial video, but I'm just sort of letting you guys know that we are thinking about going back into making videos. And if you like that idea, make sure you put a comment down below. Make sure you like our video, because you're going to start seeing a lot more of them coming up. We'll be able to do some more tutorials or some discussions of when we're fixing phones, what we're doing, what's going on. Little tricks like this little magnet idea, which I can find another little magnet. I normally attach them to the sides of my table here because it's got metal on the edge of this. So I normally attach my magnets on there, and I just sit them on the side of the screwdriver. It helps give a little bit more magnetism when they're dying a bit. And that one still seems to be not much, because these screws up in the top section up here, they're actually mostly non-magnetic. They do have a tiny bit of magnetism, sometimes just enough to grab hold of it, but that's one thing you got to be careful of when you're doing this. You should always unplug the battery, because as you can see here with this one, even with that little bit of a magnet on there, it's not enough magnetism. So if I'll take that one off, I'll get a little bit stronger magnet. So I got these neodymium ones, which is a little bit bigger size. This one's a 10mm by 5mm, and I'll stick that on the side of the magnet, and then now I should have a lot more strength in it for these little very weak screws to stick to the end of my screwdriver, and then you can screw that on nice and easily. It might even be strong enough to pick it up off my mat. There we go, picks it straight up off my mat. So it just needs a bit more strength to it. So that's a nice little trick for you. So that might end up helping. And what we can do here is screw that one back in there. I can remove this magnet off of there now, because it's no longer really needed, because the other screws are a bit more powerful down here. So it's only those screws up there in that top bracket for this front camera and earpiece speaker that is a little bit non-magnetic, but then the rest of it, these go back in here. This one isn't quite fitting down because that plug there is getting worn. It's been paired by a few places a few times. There we go. So pop those two clips down there. Now I can pop that magnet clip in there, the battery connector, and then put the plate back over the top, and I can use these screws, chuck that in there. So if you want to let me know in the comments below what sort of videos that you'd want us to make and different things that you'd like to know. Obviously, we're only going to be showing most of the time videos about why we're sitting here fixing a phone. We're just showing you the phone that we've got at hand and what we're doing. Might be able to discuss a few things, let you know a few little odd tips and stuff, even problems with different technology. Clean all that out a bit. So there we go, that's all nicely done, all clean. We close that over. I normally drop this top side in there first and just run down the edge, run down that edge, make sure that it's nice and flat just there, because what can happen is there's a little bit under there that fits in between the speaker and that clip that we just put in. There's a little square nodule on the screen side that ends up pushing it out, and if that sits out a bit, you'll have to open that and fix that. But I'll show you that one time when we encounter that. But for the moment, she all fitted in nicely, so we just put these two bottom screws in. While we're putting them bottom screws in, I press this power button and you see the Apple symbol comes up, and I put the other screw in, and boom, that should start up any minute now. While we're doing that, we get this tempered glass screen ready. I'll sit that to the side where I like to do it. Make sure you do leave your comments below. Like the video, so then that way when we do start putting out a lot more content, we'll be able to show you different things and yeah, keep up with our new project that we're doing. Press the home button, it works. Slide this here around the screen. Looks like she's all on and working. It displays. We're good to go. I'll peel that film off. Peel that one off. It is a tiny bit dirty there, so we just make sure we get a nice microfiber cloth and just make sure there's no particles on the top of that screen. So we sit that down in and around the home button. Make sure it's nicely aligned around that home button. Then at the top side, we just make sure that's even between my fingers on there, and I just press that down and slide up, let go, and just keep that sliding all the way up. And then we have a tempered glass screen. Oh, nice. A little tiny bit of gunk just on the side there, but that's fine. And there we go. We're all done. Yeah, so this is just our first little video, but we'll start opening up some more to have some tips and tricks and yeah, little things like that. So we'll find out what we want to do, but just keep in tune anyway. You never know what we might come up with. All right, catch us on the next one. Thank you.